Do you recall a time where sleep used to be sort of an escape from the daily grind, a reprieve from thought, from emotions, a little mini vacation from life, if you will? And now it is extra hard because you're not finding that anymore. If so, this video is for you. It is a topic that comes up every so often. It's quite a common topic, and I hope we'll find something here that can be really helpful for you. And if you're wondering, why wasn't there any content for a whole week? Well, that was because it was spring break and I was out of town. But I'm happy to be back. And again, something I hear quite often is something like this: sleep used to be my escape. Now that I don't have it, it is extra tough. And here in this class, we will use the word escape, not as we maybe usually use it as kind of like avoidance, escape, as in kind of like I'm scared of something, I need to escape it, but rather escape in the sense of like a getaway, a little vacation, a pause, a break, something nice like that. And so the three topics that I really wanted to touch on, that I hope again will be really helpful, are seeing the common humanity element here, and two, seeing that sleeping but not finding relief is actually common, and then how we can find a new escape, even if we're still, not, we haven't left insomnia completely. We can still find a new escape, and I hope it'll make a lot of sense. So let's start with the first topic here, which is the common humanity aspect. And I will start off by saying this: the topic of today, of like, reminiscing upon a place where we were like sleep just happened. It was kind of like a reset, and how that's not happening again. It is not a light topic. This is, of course, like for everyone who's experiencing this, this is not something anyone wants to experience. It's tough. It's understandably very tough. And I want to start by saying that if you imagine somebody saying like, "Oh, I'm totally fine not having that escape that I used to value so much," that isn't real. Like, so the common humanity aspect of this, I think, is just to say that this is not something to trivialize, or to say, of course you should easily be able to say like, "Oh, I'm totally fine without having that." No. That's not how humans work. All of us humans who no longer find something like that was nice before, all of us will be frustrated, angry, sad, discouraged, disheartened, anxious. Like, it will not feel nice in any way. And I want to highlight this because, again, when we see that, oh, what I'm going through is not easy by any means, but it is common. It's something that many people have gone through before, are going through this point, and many are feeling exactly the way I'm feeling about it. That can help. Feeling, again, we're part of common humanity, and also I want to highlight here that I think really it is more helpful to be honest about how we feel than trying to like fake okayness. Like, we teach a lot about acceptance and, meeting difficult emotions in a sort of like as much of a welcoming way as we can, but you know that isn't necessarily easy. And if we're like, oh yeah, like I'm accepting this, I'm totally accepting this, well, in the bottom of our heart, we're like, I don't, this doesn't feel like something I can accept at this point. It is more helpful to say, I'm really mad, I'm upset, this sucks at this point, and just being honest with that, and sort of like accept that we're not accepting, is more helpful than just trying to force ourselves to be okay with something that we aren't. So that was the first part. I want to start with like the common humanity element here, which I think is so helpful to recognize. Now, the second topic is this one, and if by the way, if you find this topic familiar from our newsletters, here's something that wasn't in the newsletter, so at least some new content here. What we find so often within our students, followers, clients, is that as the journey starts, there's education, hard work, and sleep starts happening easier. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that the struggle immediately is ended. In fact, it is very common. Many, as I wrote here, many of our students find that they're sleeping a quote unquote normal amount, 6, 7, 8 hours nightly for weeks, but still are not feeling that they have that sense of escape again. Sleeping a quote unquote normal amount for long stretches of time, but still finding that, thoughts are very consumed with, with sleep related topics. There's still anxiety around sleep. There's still worry about not sleeping, even if sleep is happening. And, to the topic of today, there's still not that sense that there is like, that sleep has become like an escape, a relief, or a reset, a pause, even though this person is sleeping. And sometimes we even have students who are like not even describing it as sleep anymore, because sleep used to feel like something nice, like this escape, a pause. But a lot of students feel like, well, eventually I pass out for a few hours, but not even using the word sleep. But the thing is that it is sleep. Like sleep happened, but the reason it's sometimes not even called sleep is that it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like that nice escape, the mini vacation, etc., even though it is happening. So my point here with the second topic here is that it's not really about sleep. We can sleep and still not have that sense of escape, and that can be helpful, because if you think like, oh, I just need to get more hours in, and then I'll feel that relief, that escape, like that pause, from quote unquote life, that can lead us to more pressure. You feel more pressure, there's more performance anxiety, and then there's more struggle, right? So just knowing this, what we just talked about here, number 2, can be really, really foundational, which leads us to number 3, which is like, okay, we get these points, but how do we go from here? Well, I actually sent this question out in a recent newsletter to people in the community and said like, hey, have you found yourself in this place where you feel like you missed that escape that sleep used to be, and you found something helpful? And 3 people replied, and in 2 messages, the topic was very similar, and it basically, the message basically from who was it, Mary and Loretta, was this: that we can actually find an escape, a vacation from life, even when we're awake. Sleeping is not a prerequisite from having a little bit of a break. And so what can that be? Well, it can be anything, really anything that makes it a little bit easier to meet the discomfort, like, of the thoughts and emotions that we have. But to be more practical, it can become like, maybe we have some tea and a book, even if it's in the night. Maybe we watch a nature documentary. Maybe Loretta said yoga nidra, which I don't know anything about, but for her, that became kind of a new escape. Or just resting without that, without chasing sleep, without trying to force anything, without trying to force sleep or force emotions away. Anything like that, at least to kind of more okayness with the present moment, that can give us a sense of having had an escape, a release of pressure, some reprieve, that can happen even if we're awake. And the thing is, when we aren't trying to make sleep that escape, to force sleep to become the escape that it was in the past, that happens all by itself. It truly does, because sleep is this passive process. And when we apply what we learn here, that happens all by itself. So let me know, as always, in the comment section what you thought about this episode, what questions you have, etc. And if you're finding that thanks to the free content here, you are arriving where you want to be, that is wonderful. Let us know. Share with your insights and share how that happened for you. On the flip side, if you think that you're not quite seeing, how the pieces fit into the puzzle, like you're feeling maybe alone and isolated, people around you don't really understand what you're going through, you'd like some more help, guidance, and support, then head over to our website, check out our coaching options. And if you decide to join any of our programs, we look forward very much to having you on board and seeing you on the other side. With that said, I will conclude for today. We'll resuming our regular programming here this week, and so tomorrow will be heard online. We'll have a live Q&A Wednesday. We'll have a guest on Thursday, and of course, we're going to mine the comments on Friday. So that's it for today. Look forward to seeing you soon again. Bye for now.